changed my main website over to System.io, mainly so I don't have to worry about tech support for courses and funnels. Creating courses and creating funnels was super straightforward, but when it came to moving my website element over to this platform, it got confusing. So once I figured out 3 different elements, it all started to click into place, and I want to talk through what those are with you today. So when you go to System and you go to blogs, this is where your website is, and my website is called DIY Design Club, so I'm going to click into that. And here you have posts and pages and categories, and this is all straightforward. Just like any other website builder, your posts can be organized into different categories, whereas your pages are standalone and aren't tagged by category. So your posts would typically be used for your blog posts or for your podcast, and you'd organize them into the categories that you define here, just like that. So where it gets confusing is when you come up here, you have your blog layout and your post layout, and then you have another page in here called post list page, which is what basically defines your category archive. So I'm going to go through all of those, and hopefully you'll find it's simpler to cut the learning curve on what took me a long time to figure out. Your blog layout is essentially all of the content that you want to live on every single page in your website. So when you open up a template, you'll have a lot more elements than this, and you basically delete all of the ones that you don't want. So I have my header, I have my intro block, I have my footer block, I suppose, my post footer block, containing just a link to my shop and my social media, and I have a footer. And you could conceivably just have a header and a footer if that was all that you wanted to appear on every single page. So when we go to my home page, we have my header appearing there, my intro block, this post footer block, and my footer, and they appear on every single page. They appear, this is a blog template, and you'll see them appearing here again. And when you click into a single post, they appear again there. So, sorry, I'm just going to go back there. You have inside in this, you have blog content. When you're looking at this block, right, you can't delete it. This is a block that lives here. This is basically your website content that you add inside in each page. You add whatever you want into this, and this is what makes all of your pages different. So this is a blank content block. I'm going to show you how it works now, just by adding a new page, right? So I'm going to go to my pages, create, temp, and here you'll see it says create a blog page. So this is not a post, it's a page, it's a website page. And I'm going to go and edit that just by clicking in here. And when I get here now, you'll see I have the elements that I defined in the blog template are here, and there's a blank space, and that's the part that said blog. So I can drag whatever I want here. I can drag a text, I can drag a headline, I can drag an image, and I can drag all these elements here that appear down the side. I can drag all of those there, and then they will appear in this page that's called temp. So I'm going to just X out of that. And next I'm going to go to posts, and inside in posts, okay, so we've dealt with the blog layout. That's where all the elements that are displayed on every page and post live. And inside in post layout, then you add in the elements that you want to appear on every post page. So that's a page that would be associated with a category. And these are, you do this here, this is important. You need to have blog post content in here. And then inside, see this here, this has got to be there, okay? So you can put any other elements that you want in there. You can have a blog post, your blog post title, your blog post image, and then they will pull from your individual blog posts. Okay, so now inside in this page you can also add anything else that you want. I haven't, but you could add any of the pre-built blocks, opt-in forms, page footers, if you wanted them all to appear on every blog post. And then the third thing that you want to be aware of is inside in pages. Your post list page is another template page basically that defines how your category archive looks. So inside in this I have the category title, the category description, and I got those from this section down here, right? This is the category description, this is the category title, and this here is a blog post listing block. It's this block here. It's not this block. This block on its own is not enough in this page. You need a blog post listing page. You can take the latest blog posts block as well if you want to. If you want to have, like in a magazine style for further reading, if you wanted to have that on your page, you could. So inside in this block then you can organize your posts to display however you want them. I think mine were displayed using, I'm not sure how they were, so I'm going to X out of this without making any changes. Do we want to make any changes? No. So I'm going to go back in and take another look at this page. Okay, so no. Okay, so I'm using this and I've set it to 6 posts per page. It's currently displaying all categories. What that means is that when I click into, I'll show you. I'm going to click into podcast. It's the only category that I have. This is actually a category. Okay, so this menu item is a category called podcast. So when I click into podcast, the category title is the Design Helpline Podcast. The category description, that's pulled here, and then it's pulling my podcasts into the format that you saw. I don't have images in this particular category. It's pulling those in there, and you'll see inside my editor that I've copied a little small podcast player inside into this page as well. So that shows up here in this category archive, and it will also show up in all of the other category archives. But podcast is the only category that I have for this blog. So I'm going to save the changes there. And quit out of it. And that's it, right? You've got your blog layout, which defines everything that appears on every single page of your website. You have your post template, which defines how single posts look on your website. And then you have your categories here, which define your tags. And inside in pages, you have your what is essentially your third template, your post list page. And that is your category archive template. So when I got my head around this, it really helped me to get my website done and looking how I wanted it to look. So I hope this helps you to speed up your learning on Systeme.io as well. If you're interested in testing out Systeme.io, check the link below. It's a really great platform. It's the best value all in one you will absolutely find. It's simple to run emails and funnels and course creation on it. Those are no problem to set up at all. I found the website a little harder to get my head around, but once I've got my head around it, I can basically make it look however I want, which is fantastic.